Hey, this is Jeff with 2 Up for Adventure. By far the biggest question we get when we're on the road is about our setup, and particularly about how we take our motorcycle with us and the setup that we've got there. So thought I'd take a little bit of time today to walk you through why we chose this setup and then a little bit about the different components and how they install. So first, as we looked at different options for taking our motorcycle with us, obviously, riding 2 Up is important to us, hence the name of the channel. But, when we first started looking, we thought about the hydraulic lift on the back of the motorcycle, and that seemed like a really good option. And it wasn't until really we had bought the motorhome and started shopping, the different lifts that we kind of learned the amount of weight that actually goes on that rear axle from those type systems was going to be kind of preventative, especially for the 34-foot motorhome that we chose, which was kind of important to us because we really like to go into national parks and things like that, right? So if you take like Elkmont here in Great Smoky Mountain National Park, which is not too far from here, one of our favorite campgrounds, 35-foot is the biggest outfit that you can have there. So that kind of stuck us into 35 and below on the RV, and it also then limited us from being able to put a hydraulic lift on the back. So then the next couple options to look at were devices that kind of attach to the motorhome, and trailers like that. Now you could have an enclosed trailer and just take the motorcycle, but as a lot of you guys know me, I'm known to be a little bit of an a-hole at times, and I think the factor of that goes into a mathematical equation with square feet that you live in. So I think Beth wanted a way that she could have her own vehicle to get away from me sometimes too. So that was important. So we needed a vehicle, plus we wanted the motorcycle. So that basically put us into either some kind of device that we're putting behind the RV. There's different ones like that, different swivel wheel trailers and tandem axle trailers that kind of become part of the RV. But then the downside of that is that pushes us over that limit of length that we really were caring about. So then it really came down to either some sort of dolly or flat towing, and we chose flat towing just because we didn't want to have to mess with the dolly itself. And so when you kind of went through these factors, it became pretty clear that we needed to do flat towing. So that's why we chose the pickup that we've got here. It's a regular cab F-150 that reduces the weight of the vehicle, but still has an incredible amount of payload. So this thing's almost got an 1,800-pound payload, which is great for putting a motorcycle in the back. But the total weight of the truck itself is just over 4,200 pounds, which keeps us to the weight that we need to do. So then it became the different types of lifts that we were looking at and how to pick the right one for us. And I was kind of a little leery about having a big install or having to drill holes into my bed and things like that. So that's part of the reason we chose the Triple D is, as I'll show you here in a second as we do the install, it's straightforward. There's no drilling. It sets into the receiver hitch on the rear end, and then it basically chains to the front of the bed that way. So with that, let's get in and kind of look at the Triple D and how it installs. All right, so the Triple D components come in 2 different pieces. One is the lower part that has the winch and the battery and the base frame, and then there's a tray that the motorcycle goes onto and then gets pulled up. Each piece is fairly light. The battery's probably makes it a little bit heavy. It is a heavy-duty winch of 6,000 pounds, so overkill on that. But typically what I do is put a dolly under the front part, that way I can wheel it around. I've already positioned it into place, and so now what we'll do is kind of lift it in. I'll show you how it kind of connects in. So as you can see here, the base of the frame kind of goes into the receiver hitch, right? So it really helps stabilize the unit and it kind of put the weight on the back. So once we position it in, we simply slide it in place, kind of adjust it in, get the hole lined up, put our locking pin in, and then from the back side, she's locked in already. Now all we have to do is just kind of chain the front end and we're good to go. So as I kind of mentioned before, the unit's already secured into the bed, but if I start lifting the motorcycle now, it'll actually start trying to pull this off with the tension. So all you got to do is take a turnbuckle, hook it to the bed of the truck, and put it onto the anchor piece. Kind of secure that in. Use a little socket to kind of, or a wrench to tie that in. Then we do the other side, and then it's completely locked in and actually ready for use. Another great feature of the Triple D system is basically the battery that powers the winch will charge off of your trailer hookup. So they provide a nice plug there. You just plug it into your trailer outlet, and it'll trickle charge that battery as we're going down the road. So another great feature of the Triple D system is the bottom frame here that we're looking at. As you can see, the different holes and the bolts, this will fit any size bed, and as you can kind of see as we go to the front, like it's maximizing our bed space. It's using all of the bed, and I can adjust that. I've had it in our 5.5 foot bed, and now I've got it in the 6'6" bed here. So very easy to adjust for whatever size pickup you've got. All right, so we've got it all secured. So now we'll pull the strap out. We'll pull the second piece, the tray. We'll go ahead and pull that in, and then I'll drive down to a more flat spot. I'm here in my driveway in the North Carolina mountains, so we're not really flat here. But let's get that going. But this will give you a really good idea of how the system works. Now that we have the strap out, and I could have disengaged the winch if I chose to. I just rolled it out smooth. I like to keep that as tight as I can in there as it winds up and out. But let's take the next tray or the next piece, pull the tray up, and we'll hook that up to the winch and get going. As you can see, the tray's on wheels, which makes it really easy to move around. It's got a pin on it here as well to just lock into place. And once that's there, we're ready to actually engage the unit. So now we'll pull the winch in. All right, now that we've got the motorcycle in place, we're down on a flat spot, so it's a lot more safer than my steep driveway. Now we'll load up the bike, and all we got to do is now take that tray out, put a position on the ground, we drive on top, and away we go. So take that out. For the straps, I use a heavy-duty ratchet strap. I think it's rated for like 2,000 pounds or something like that. The bike's only 900. But you want to take it to the frame, and then two straps, one go there, one on the other side, to the frame, and then you're safe to lift up. So now we get this side a little bit winched down. It's on the stand. Now we'll do the other side. Here I'm cinching up a little bit more on this side. We'll go back and forth to make sure it's tight, pulled into the wheel chock, but this will pull it off of that block, make it easy to get that block out of the way. That's pretty much it. Now we're ready to load it up. Got it loaded up. The two straps is all we need here. Now, of course, once we get in the bed, we're going to strap it down with 4 additional straps to hold it to the bed and keep any kind of shift going on. But it's ready to load up now. So let's put it in play here. Securing the bike to the bed, I just use these straps. These are a little less rated, about 1,000 pounds each, but you've got 4 of them to the crash bars. Basically keeps it going left and right and moving around. And then the bike is still in the wheel chock and still connected with the 2 orange straps as well. Make sure the strap is tightly going there. So thanks for taking the time to learn about our setup and why we chose it. Hopefully it was informative or at least entertaining a little bit. Anyway, this is how we roll down the road to Up for Adventure.